Morning, YouTube.
Morning, YouTube.
Hopefully this is dark enough.
I don't think I've ever shown that off before.
There. Let's go. Come on.
There you go. There's my tat.
So we have my name in the middle. We have one sun on this side, and then the other sun is in the other heart.
Sorry, I just saw that and it's like somebody might be interested.
Sure, Tom. So, I'm sorry for the weird lighting. Robert took one of our lights in the other room, so this is what we have right now. Actually, hang on one second, okay? Hang on. Okay, that's a little bit better.
A little bit.
So Robert and I were talking this morning and discussing our financial woes, if you will.
Wonderful elevated stress.
Yeah. And we were talking about the fact that a lot of times when stress like that comes along, that my natural inclination is to... Actually, let me switch that around. So, the last couple of days, Robert and I have not been doing very well on the diet, on the way of eating, on the obvious plan.
Yep.
Sugar has definitely been a big factor there. Carbs have been a big factor.
Yep. And quantity, and mainly quantity and carbs in my bread and my... I have so much access to bread.
That's a rough one.
I mean,
especially if you're kind of off the wagon a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. So
it's not easy.
I mean, like yesterday I ate a big pizza sub, and you know.
Bread and all, huh?
Yep. Yep. And so...
So when that happens, a lot of times the failure that you feel in one aspect of your life tends to bleed into other areas of your life. And so we were discussing this morning the fact that it feels like that because we're failing in the area of weight loss, that we're financially struggling and not really exercising the self-control that we would normally have.
No.
And spending money we don't have.
No. And
a lot of times spending money we don't have on food-related stuff.
Yep. 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 Yeah,
So,
going and buying an extra 2 liter or getting something from a restaurant instead of just going home and cooking. And
or a convenience store.
Yeah, and so that stress level's like, okay, well, I'm going to take it easy today. I'm not going to force myself into a more stressful situation, so then I'm not going to take the extra effort to prepare what I should be eating, and then, you know, that escalates into, well, I spent some extra money, and now I've got some more stress, so.
Yeah, and then, you know, like what happened yesterday with the movie, and then not even being able to watch it after spending like $18 to pre-purchase this movie, and I'm like, seriously? So, yeah, it's just been an irritation and high frustration, and you know, like it or not, a lot of people that are food people,
that's a trigger.
Hardcore.
That's a serious trigger for comfort. I know that when I'm stressed out at work, I'm more likely to grab some macaroni and cheese or, you know,
Trader chili pie. What?
Yeah, it's just the concept that when you're more stressed out, you look for a more relaxing or easier way to get your substance.
Something to bring endorphins.
Yeah.
Out.
And then we wind up, you know, at, we'll just go to a buffet and we can go through and pick out the meats and things, cheeses and stuff. And then once you're there, you're like, well, you know, a chicken fried steak, it's only a little bit of breading, and, you know, it scales up that way, you know. Well, you don't have any unsweet tea, well, just go ahead and give me some sweet tea. Or you don't have the diet soda I want, I'll just take a small Coke, you know. Wow. And it just, you know, those individual little insignificant things add up over the course of 3 or 4 days. And then you get on the scale and you're like, what happened?
How did this happen?
Yeah.
Well, hello? Did you eat anything you should have eaten? No. Okay.
And it's like, well, I only cheated with, you know, an extra 10 carbs per meal.
I did have 5 meals. But...
yeah, exactly.
you know.
Yeah. And not to mention the fact that, I decided to eat lunch early and had sugar with it. So just break the whole ketosis thing right off the bat.
Just don't even try
and
to
you're
get
craving
into
sugar or carbohydrates the rest of the day. And so, yeah, it's just, does anybody else feel like they step off the path a little bit and the next thing they know, they're in one of those death spirals?
Circling the drain.
Exactly.
Of hell. Got like a donut in one hand and like a sucker in the other hand. Something ridiculous,
Yep.
No healthy snacks at all anymore. Just eating shit. Just nothing but crap. Eating literally out of the convenience store.
Exactly. Or like the other day, or the last week when I bought the big can of honey roasted nuts because they were on sale and the mice love them. And the next thing I know, we're finishing off the can.
And I'm literally like down inside the can getting all of the sugar and like,
so yeah.
Damn psycho. Yeah. So this is us.
This is the dirty underbelly.
Of our true natures. Really kind of hideous.
So now you know how we got where we were to begin with.
Yeah.
And why keto's been such a blessing.
Well, and honestly, it's always such a scary thing to me every time I fall off the wagon because I'm like, if the wagon is so close and I can this easily just jump back into my old habits, I don't feel like I've learned a whole lot, and that freaks me out.
Yeah. It's very easy to fall into a previous mindset. It's like going to a family reunion, being around all your relatives. All of a sudden, you act like you're 15 again.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So, still obviously a ton of growth left to do for both of us, I think. And I got stuff done this weekend. I got like 6 loads of laundry done, and I even got them all folded up.
I don't feel like I got anything done, but it's not started my weekend.
Yeah, you're not weekending yet. I mowed the front lawn. I mowed about a third of the back lawn. We kept having to do other things. We had people that needed rides and little things like that, and I'm not complaining.
A leaky tire.
Yeah, that's the other thing is it's just financial stress is really a trigger for me to not give a flying flip about my food.
Yeah.
It makes me want to just go eat something completely inappropriate. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I did all weekend is I ate a lot of inappropriate stuff,
We thought we might stop and talk about it before we wind up at Krispy Kreme.
Somebody brought donuts Friday because that was the day we did the clean the street thing, and I was fine, but then it stayed there, and when I came into work Saturday morning, there was like 2 donuts left, or maybe it was Friday night. I can't remember when I did it, but I went over there and I opened that donut box and
Lusted longingly.
I stared at it. And then I pinched off some of the chocolate topping with sprinkles. And I ate a piece of chocolate topping with sprinkles. I could have started all of this.
No.
Could have been.
Well, that's, it's one of the things I wanted to mention. Yesterday, one of the people I work with, I've been making jelly rolls for people. We've discussed it. And, a lot of people eat it even though that's not on their diet.